Just fucking jumping to the bag, they ain't coming, ain't. I saw the whole thing coming, ain't fixing it fast. Fucking jumping to the bag, to the bag, to the bag. I saw the whole thing coming. Jumping to the bag. I saw the whole thing coming.
We are something else.
All right. Welcome to We Are Something Else, episode 261. It's your boy Kaleo. There's CB. There's E. Rich. No takeover Trina. No takeover. Takeover got business to conduct, so she sends her wishes. Wish she could be here, but yeah, you know what? We're not new to this. We'll handle it. Fellas, everybody off mute. How's everybody doing?
Yo, bro. With Trina not here, who knows? The show might run amok. Who knows?
Who knows? We don't have. You know what? I've become
There's no adult supervision tonight.
You're right. I've become so accustomed of having the ladies kind of keep us in line, and when there's no lady around to keep us in line, God knows what's going to happen. Ubi, good to see you. Jen B, good to see you. Abby, good to see you. Kasia, good to see you. That's all I got so far that I can see. Everybody who's here, thank you for being here. And we're off. And yeah,
it was right less than 3 minutes.
Anissa, good to see you. Well, yeah, it was right off the break. Hey, what's good with you, bro?
What up, fellas? Yeah. Whew. Work has you know what? This one feels like work hit me with the suplex and like the F5. Definitely a couple power bombs off the top rope. I might have gone through a table or two and may have been taxed on the floor for the just all the things that are happening at the job right now. So you and I talked, you know what I mean, yesterday, a couple of days. Travel is in the future.
Yeah,
super near future. So we gonna see how we gonna navigate this. Yeah.
I got you. I mean, you know, you gotta. It's that time of year, right? I mean, well, I don't know. I wouldn't. It used to be that time of year, right, when sometimes you'd have to just, you know, be away for a while, just traveling, doing other things. Who just walked in? Dimitri, good to see you. Danny, good to see you. Yeah. So the week has been, you know, it's been a decent week. Computer school is still happening, and I've got a lot of stuff to do. So, you know, that's kind of what's been occupying me. And outside of being out here in these streets, working when I can, you know, got a good find this week as well too. Yeah. I was able to come across in a box now. It has been used. I just got to check it, but a MacBook Pro.
Ooh.
Yeah. So
that'd be a score.
That'd be a real score. Now that's the thing. Now most people don't get rid of MacBooks if, you know, something's not wrong with it. But then also some people get rid of stuff that is perfectly fine. You just need to update and, you know, a good refreshing of the system. So could be one of those things, and we'll dive into that when I get an opportunity to check it out. Other than that, let's talk real quick. Let's there's been a conversation recently about car snacks. Now y'all know, like, I'm back on the you know, the wagon for sure. Like I'm out here in these streets making sure I'm doing all the right things. And Kendall B, shout out to Kendall, who's probably traveling still to San Diego. Mac Pro Prime. Exactly. Hopefully, you know, we'll see if it works. But hopefully, like I said, Kendall B, Ark was good. Kendall B has been checking in and make sure that I've been holding my end of like my deal because I went to dinner with Edmund and Amanda on Sunday. Of course, Kendall checked in to make sure that I was to see if I had fallen off the wagon. No. Your brother had a salad and Brussels sprouts and unsweetened iced tea. So, and CB, you know, and so do you, Rich. When I'm driven or focused, that's all it is. And now it's when I decide to break that focus that tends to be, you know, however long the backslide is for that. So whatever. But I was talking car snacks. And you and I have talked car snacks before too, CB, just about whether it be almonds or now my thing is Skinny Pop. For some reason, my whole this whole ordeal, my vice is Skinny Pop. Right. So like
popcorn's not bad, you know, when you're being low carb.
It's not. And then Skinny Pop apparently has like all these amazingly new flavors that I just so happen to find. So I put them in the truck. I mean, in the back of the put them in the back of the whip. And if I'm in traffic, and since I'm not eating fast food or anything like that while we're out, when I get done, like I got these snacks in the car. So, what kind of snacks do you typically keep in the whip? Like for traffic purposes, if you're traveling, or just to make sure that you aren't out here stopping every 5 minutes at a fast food joint or like a 7-Eleven?
I mean, my thing is that I typically have beverages around. So, you know, whether that be a sports drink or an energy drink or, you know, one of these flavored waters and stuff that they got these days. But I mean, for me, car snacks is normally for a road trip. And I'm not doing any healthy shit when we're going on a road trip because it's vacation and we're having a good time and we're enjoying ourselves. So it's a lot of it's like gummies, chips, you know, we're going to try to be as on the wagon as possible before we go on vacation because we're going off the rails.
Right. And sour gummy worms, like that's also like probably a nighttime snack too, like something you just put on the nightstand.
People don't necessarily know this, but the most optimal time to get in sugar is after you're done working out, before you get your protein shake in. There's actually some research to show you have like a handful of gummy bears or, you know, the gummy worms, whatever, right after a workout, before you have your protein shake. There's actually some science out there that tells you your body will uptake that protein a bit better. Look it up.
Nice. Now, speaking of protein, I have been, since obviously like now, like when you're dieting or you're depends on whatever you're doing, low carb, keto, whatever it is, like it's like a flavor palette, right? Like now things matter about like what you're eating, right? Because now like the sugar is gone. Because you can't have stuff with a bunch of sugar in it. So now, like you're so like flavor palettes matter. Like so, I told you during the pandemic, I was like I had discovered coffee, right? And I had figured out how I like coffee and that, you know, back at the coffee bar and all that. And so now I was like, well, I'm craving coffee, but like it's not like I want something like I want protein coffee. So I found this protein powder that's like this coffee flavor, but it's got like the caffeine in that you need. It's been amazing. So like, and I've got like a bunch of vegan protein powders. So like I said, and now everything is like flavor palette. Like the flavor palette has to be good because if there's no sugar to sweeten it, like I've got to have.
So
otherwise, that shit's just getting dumped out. Right, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. Eat car snacks. Anything?
I'm with CB. It's like it's got to be a dry, you know what I mean? Because I'm more like beverage, you know, I'm throw water in there, you know how we do. You won't find probably one car that does not have the little small bottle of ginger ale somewhere. If it's not already halfway drunk, you know what I mean? It's in the back seat where you just like, damn, forgot I had that in there. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't know. Like you and I, like I said, we've had road trips, and I think it's all dependent on the vibe of that road trip. You know what I mean? Like, you know, good weather or like with the Simpsons and Clouds. Like I feel like the snacks were like superb, right?
Right.
On the way back, when your ass was comatose and I was driving through a torrential downpour, and you didn't wake up not one time, the snacks were just not even about it. Like I was just too focused.
When was this?
We were coming back. This was the last time.
Okay.
Not the first time. Not remember the first time was the solar eclipse.
Oh, that's right. That's right. The solar eclipse. Yeah. I got you.
Khalil couldn't remember what it was because he was asleep.
Now, I'm
we
famous
stopped.
for falling asleep on a road trip. I ain't nothing like falling asleep and while somebody else is driving and you wake up, you're at your destination 4 hours later.
Bro, because we had hit the that was after we had already hit the the best, our normal hit the spot before we leave. Yeah, we already hit that spot. It was kind of like lunch, and whatever we ate for lunch seemed to be like heavyweight, bout. And
no, that happens. That happens. The road
it was like I just remember a song was on, and we were talking. And I looked over.
I mean, look, there's nothing. The road is super hypnotizing, and especially if you get on like just a road trip and you just get behind the tractor trailer and just keep going. Like, yeah, that road, whatever. So, all right, I just want just interested in car snacks. So we just had that conversation. Now, the secret, the blueberry almonds. I got 2 packages of them today. So one for the crib, one for the whip. So, all right. So real quick, a little programming update because we haven't done one in a while. Next week, keep an eye out for Smoking Spiel. Actually, we're thinking about doing 2 of them, but let's just go ahead and talk about one of them. My man my bro E was telling me about this movie, and actually Jen Glenn had did a whole show around it. Obsession. Have you seen that yet, CB?
No, you're gonna have to fill me in on this one.
Yeah. So we're gonna do a Smoking Spill on Obsession, but pretty much it's about a guy. It's just like it sounds. It makes a wish for this girl to love him more than anything else in the world, and then from there we're off. And we're off. Like from there, that thing gets, bro.
Hey, listen, same rules apply that I sent you. I'm sending to CB before he watches it.
Yeah. You got to solo. Just solo, and you'll understand why after you watch it. But it was a good movie. Like we have to talk about it, and I'm interested to see because Jen did a whole culture about it. And I'm interested to see, her takes on it. My notes and then E's notes. It's like we watched the same movie, but I know we probably all have different takes on the outcome. So yeah, we'll be doing Smoking Spill next week. Maybe not Thursday, but at some point next week, so everybody be on the lookout for Obsession. All right, all that said, let's just go ahead. No longer to delay the inevitable. Let's wrap. Where am I? All right, so this is I really want to take over here tonight because this would have been good conversation for all of us, and we're still gonna have a good conversation about this. But let's do this. Boom! Can you see me? Mona Risa, good to see you. All right, so Nolan Wells, you gotta be. Even if you're not tuned into TV, you kind of have heard this story. This is one of the craziest stories dominating social media, TV, like everything right now. 18 years old. Went on a boat ride. I'm going to use quotation marks here with quote unquote friends, right? On the 4th of July. Now, interesting is his friends returned but he didn't. And they returned with his cell phone. And they said that they were told that he was going to take, he was going to catch another ride out there for the most part. But before all that even happened, they scrubbed their social media accounts and lawyered up. Not to mention, one of these kids' parents is a judge. In Mississippi. 2 days later, his body was found. So, unfortunately, this is one of those things where you got to make it a race story, because the way it's playing out in the media, it's already a race story. He was the only black guy or black kid amongst a group of white friends, and he was dating a white girl, star football player. Now, details are super, super light at this moment. I mean, there's been some cell phone footage of quote unquote argument at the island, right? And then also, outside of that, it's just their story, like timelines don't match up for certain things. They're saying they didn't see him past a certain time, but the video of the argument clearly puts them in the time frame of the time they said last time they saw him. So let's get your thoughts on this, because they've hired Ben Crump now, and I got my whole thing about Ben Crump regardless. I mean, I don't know why. We talk about go-tos in these situations. Like, we get the same old faces in these situations, and typically the results are always, are still the same. Like, we need new faces. But let's talk about it. E, what you got?
I mean, it's a lot to unpack with this. Just you can't point the finger. You can't blame the parents. It seems as though that Nolan would have probably had hung out with these kids before. Not sure if the question had ever been asked, like, who else is going to be with you, right? Outside of those three.
Mm-hmm.
Were those three ever, problems before that she just, maybe they didn't want him around, or, and I think at an early age, I was lucky enough to have an older sibling that I understood that everybody ain't your friend, especially when you play sports. There's different lifestyles, different upbringings, and just because you guys play a sport doesn't mean that you guys, the thought process thinks alike. I think it's a joke, but it's, I think we're here at this moment that, name one time where when we all been together, that we don't say, hey, make sure you get home and you hit us up.
Yep.
I don't think that was even a phrase that probably was said to him. And that alone should be the reason why we're talking about this, right? Your friends should always make sure, like, even if you go with somebody else, if that's what they're saying, you got to know who they're with, so that you can go back and tell the parents, hey, he left us and went with so-and-so. And so that we have that, like, so I've seen it, like, and even if it's a lie, it at least shows that you have some sort of care in the world of where your friend went, and when he's not with us, or when he's going over, somebody else. So,
and it's a kind of cover your ass thing too, just in case.
What?
I mean,
I said I was at Cleo's house when I was not at Cleo's. No, I mean, but I think that I don't want to get in my Black Wall Street, but it's just like, bro, families have to realize, like, bro, you're in Alabama, bro. Like, this, the history that's behind this shit. This has happened before. Even if you've known these cats for, like I said, Little League baseball to football, and to see what they thought because of their parents or how they were raised, was once I was old enough, or even at that point where I realized I don't align with the way that you handle shit, I like remove myself, regardless of race. Because you know, shit, we be on bullshit too. We definitely out there will get our friends in trouble, or people will hang around some shit. You know, our parents will be like, hey, you know, oh, so and so is cool, but you're gonna have to understand that that's exactly what you're gonna get hanging around that crowd. Now, again, we don't know what the backstory is between him and those kids, but I don't know, man. It's a lot to unpack.
Just alone, I mean, just by the picture, there was some level of trust or comfort there, right, for him to get on a boat. And as I'm assuming that, I mean, we don't know who was driving the boat, but I mean, it could be one of these kids, one of their boats, right? Because it seemed like they come from a well-to-do kind of area, right? Private islands nearby, stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, you never know. I mean, they said keep your friends close, your enemies closer, or your enemies close, your friends close, whatever it is. You know what I mean? So that it's one of those things where people grow out of a circle, and people your closer, your inner circle starts to hate on you at a certain point, regardless of what you may do. You know what I mean? Hey, CB, my bad.
Nah, bro. This situation sucks. And I mean, you laid it out perfectly. There's just too many things that really don't add up, and it's just unavoidable that it's going to become a race thing. At least that's going to be an angle to it. You know what I mean? So, and I don't know if this is true. There's a lot of stuff, you know, that you read online that you're just not sure whether it's actually been vetted out or not. But one of the things I had read said that he had another friend, also more melanated, who tried to get on the boat, and they told him that it would be too many people. You know, if that's true, that's also super suspicious, man. My whole thing is like, there ain't no way. There is not any way I'm telling y'all, hey, I'm going to stay back and get this other ride. Take my fucking phone.
And here we go.
And delete my messages.
Yeah. You're leaving me behind. I'm going to take another boat back, but you have my phone.
The one way that I can actually communicate and like figure stuff out. Like, come on now. The boys lawyered up quick, and you know, to me that's a sign in itself, man. And
here we go again, where we live in Queen Tiff. Good to see you. We live in a world where everything is we live through our phones, right? Of course, they know exactly what happened. I mean, we live through our phones. There's no way in the world I am not going to stay behind, not take the same ride back that I got there, and not inform my mom or update my parents on anything that's getting ready to happen. He's about to be 18 if he wasn't already 18. Your mom would skin you alive if she figured out, if you left the way that you got, if you didn't return the same way that you came, and you're not communicating that you're going to be late, or somebody else is bringing you home. Why is somebody else have your phone? So, I mean, this is why you lawyer up quick, because you can explain with a conviction why you have this kid's phone.
To Anissa's point, right? Like, and that's why I didn't want to get too tough on like going down this rabbit hole. The next one, bro, is that you don't want to say the parents, but then you have to almost kind of bring them into play, just because, again, in the back of the mind of this country, regardless of how cool, and even like our, you know, my moms and I were talking about it. She was like, yeah, even if it was, you know, she still remembers some, you know, childhood friends. Even if it was Jimmy, like, I'd be cool, but I would still ask, like, who else is going to be out there? You know what I mean? And to gauge what type of thing. And it goes to show, like, it's a judgment call that we have to make at an early age of who we hang around. And I've always stated it. I probably said it on this pod many a times, and probably put it on a t-shirt and sell that motherfucker. The same motherfuckers that you grew up in the sandbox with ain't the same people as adults. They done went through shit. They done life been lifing, and you don't know what their intentions are, regardless of what they've been through. So it's just one of those, you know, just you have. I mean, we always talk about being on head on swivel, just having a know how, even if it didn't even.
No. So real quick, the fact that all 3 or 4 of them lawyered up, right? Not just one, but all of them got a lawyer because of what? If the story is truly what the story is, why do you need a lawyer? Why did you get off of social media? Like, why is all this stuff proprietary before, and then you hand in the phone to the mom? Like, yeah, it's a hot ass mess. And the thing is the police only want us to know what they want us to know currently, right? But back to the whole point, I don't know a 18-year-old or younger that in this day and age that the phone is not always out recording something. And you could take that back to the kid that just recently got sentenced because of the thing that happened at the track.
And they're making a big deal about flying the body to DC. You know what I mean?
So you need secondary autopsy, yeah, absolutely. Because
Too close to the truth, bro.
That's what I'm saying. You have somebody.
We've seen this happen before. That's why I make certain things. How many times have I been cut off when I'm saying some shit that's got to deal with some real shit and it just cuts me off?
Enough times that we can make a YouTube like splice of that. It's happened enough times.
I don't want to hear this shit, bro.
Like, Ricardo pulled the plug on your Wi-Fi.
Yeah. It's really damning that we are still dealing with this, right? Like, we talk about all the shit that's just happening, and bro, people should be returning home. You know what I mean? It's a classic case. Like, these parents should not be burying their son. And it's just like a strict situation. But it's also like, if that is their environment, because I know we got other shit, but if that's their neighborhood, that's their friends, and there's not a lot of us, and there is only the other one. You know what I mean? Like, you look at it and you be like, hey, bro, everywhere I gotta go, you gotta go. You know what I'm saying? Like, we both going together.
Yeah.
Just gotta be.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So thoughts and prayers to the family. I'm tired of saying that, but yeah, for sure. I mean, hopefully we get the real truth and real justice is served.
The autopsy is going to show, man. Like, it's got to. And wasn't it just like a few years ago? There was the young lady that went to that sleepover.
Yeah, older woman too. She was in like 30s and 40s, and they found her dead in the backyard the next morning. Same kind of ratio and scenario of
so bullshit.
Yeah. All right. This story now, we talking about developing and twists and turns. This is a Tyler Perry black soap opera movie playing out in real time. Now, for those who don't know, and the thing is, for someone who was kind of lived somewhat of a private, as much as he can, in the spotlight, life as Tigger outside of just the radio. I mean, he did play football with us a few years back, and whatever. We're not here to talk about his football days with us, but yeah, like, for this to play out in the way that it's been playing out is absolutely crazy. So let's start with the wife, Tigger's wife, Alicia Brown, who is actually from Reisterstown, Maryland. All right. She's in her 30s, whatever. Age doesn't matter here. But anyways, she took to social media a couple weeks ago, showing off kind of like a bad gash over her eye / black eye kind of thing. And her words were very just limited, but she said, ask my husband, Big Tigger, what happened. So alluding to some things, because we take things and run with it, right? And then automatically this was all over the news that He had there was domestic violence involved. He had a child endangerment charges and all this and all that. And of course, took to the radio and denied it all. But they had a kid together, just celebrate like a year, their first year birthday too, right? But anyways, like it was she had accused him of infidelity with his new co-host. That was the kind of thing, right? And she said that he kind of blew up at her after that for the most part. But then, so we get some of the Ring doorbell, like in the Ring inside camera house footage, and we see, you know, couldn't really tell much, but just do see a little tussle, right? And he had been arrested because of that footage and charged. Okay. And then again, the whole social media thing is playing out. And during this whole thing, we realized that she has a kid that has gone missing. Right? This wasn't relevant until now. Her past is coming out because of this whole thing. They're saying that, you know, she's kind of a manipulator, and, you know, don't be quick to judge this situation, because she's got a whole situation where the child's father was suing for custody, I guess got custody, and she was supposed to return the daughter, and the daughter went missing. Right? So you got that. Tigger steps away from the radio last week and still, you know, denying his you know, the situation is not as what it's painted to be. And, you know, so then we get a video 2 days ago. And this is the video that is going to be the evidence, the end all be all, after he is being accused of domestic violence. You see, well, to me, and a lot of people, not just me, but he's barely even wrestling with her, right? Trying to get his phone. The video starts off as being recorded by her son, and he's just trying to get his phone back, but he is nowhere near being aggressive as the picture has been painted, right? It almost looks like a tickle fight. But then you see the scenario where, and it's weird, why are you calling him Tigger at home? You know what I mean? Like, maybe that's just what it is, but like the son, Mr. Tigger, like it's almost like you want them to know who this is that's doing this, right? You know what I mean? So I know have y'all seen the video? Mr. Tigger. So let's talk about it. He's like, you know, you're stepping on her, bro. So the thing is, now look, if there's more to the video, there's more where things actually happen that's worse than that. Look, that'll come out. But this right here, to me, now, this is not my lane. You won't ever catch me in this lane. But it's just like people who have faced worse, who've gone through worse, are looking at this like, what? So let's talk about it. E.
We discussed this, and it's crazy when you know that there's video being taken and you're still screaming out something different than what's being portrayed. We always talk about accountability, and from that, it's just one of those things that the fallout, because I told you, like, for me, it's like, what's the fallout is already done, right? Like, removed from his job, you know, what company's gonna want to, you know, kind of give him a job after the fact. Your PR team can be the best in the world, but it's still a muddy water type thing. And you can't go on the campaign of I told you so, because then it looks like he's baiting, you know, this, you know, assault against a female, which is not the case. But he's like, I was just trying to get my property back, and as you can see, stuff was being said that was not being done. So it sucks because, again, kids involved, and at some point in time, bro, it's just like adults just don't take accountability for the shit that's gonna happen. You know, the fallout is gonna be way more than what they both probably experienced. And it's also like, you know, it's lessons taught. They're bad lessons, but you can say that something's happening to you that's not, and you realize that you probably have somebody on your side, and then what's the fallout from that after the fact? But,
right. And that's the thing for men, like even men who've gone through this, and the situation not necessarily is true, but the accusation is worse than the not being guilty of it. Just being accused and you haven't done anything is like you said, the fallout for this for him. I mean, it'll never be the same, because even if he returns to the radio back to where he was, it's never going to be the same, because now you kind of have to maneuver through this whole thing that has been front and center over everything, and it's still going because she was just recently arrested for an outstanding warrant here in Maryland. CB?
It was interesting because, researching the story and everything, and some of the articles were saying this was his estranged wife, and I was like, how long they've been married? They got married in October. You know what I mean? Like, in terms of them actually having the nuptials, they ain't been in the game that long. You know what I mean? So it's wild and unfortunate that all this toxicity is just playing out like right in front of us. You know what I mean? Another thing, like it's tough because also we have this situation where women who actually are being abused like don't get believed. You know what I mean? Yeah. And in some cases get it's basically they go from being the victim to being the person that people are going after. You know what I mean? So it's really tough because if she for real is just out here lying about this shit, you know what I mean? Like, it makes it that much tougher for the women out there that actually are going through this stuff and need actually need the help, So it's it's just one of those things where like they had to know what they were getting themselves into being together. Like, there's no way all of us got to know like a couple couples like this, you know what I mean? Like, it's probably a reason why that shit didn't work out.
Out of all that, before we get to this moment, and I don't know everything, but I'm just gonna go off of what was being portrayed right now in social media, on the news. If you are a dad and you have not seen your daughter, who the last time your daughter was seen is with the mom, and your daughter is missing, why are we now just getting her locked up or charged with that warrant, outstanding warrant, evading the warrant here in Maryland? Or why are we just now deciding that years later we're looking for a 10-year-old that's gone missing? Why is that? Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that some blame got to be on old boy's part. I'm not calling him by his name. I refuse to be straight. Because let's be honest, that's it hide that from a person that you are now serving as a life partner. That, because then it's like, wait, if we have a kid together, like shit, you pull the same thing for our kid. You just might just come up missing because you just decide you don't want me to see him anymore. And it's like, what is that worth? You know what I mean? So it's wild, bro. Like, some people just don't need to be together. Like,
only other person I knew that hid a kid that long was Janet Jackson.
Oh shit.
All right, my bad. We'll see how this plays out. But yeah, it just sucks that everything. Look, again, everything is on social media. Everything, like, who needs soap operas when real TV and social media gives you everything that you need to know? So that's why when people tell me there's no footage of something and a bunch of people were there,
they lying.
And somebody is lying. But you know who? Here's the transition right here. You know who isn't lying? Grant Thompson isn't lying at all. about DC Shop Pie being the official pizza of the Real Something Else podcast. Shout out to Grant, shout out to Mark, wonderful folks at DC Shop Pie. Look, save 10%, WRC10. Click that little QR code right there where CB is. Use it this weekend, save 10%. Grant does ship. You'll be able to get you a shop pie. And if you forgot what the shop pies look like, there you go, right there. Look at that. Grant told me he would make me a pizza bowl because he knew what I was going through currently. Grant has been saying, no, I told you I would take care of you. Can't have a shop pie? I'll make you a shop pie pizza bowl to cater to your current diet needs. So can you imagine a steak and cheese pizza bowl? Can you imagine the steak and cheese pizza bowl or the salmon pesto pizza bowl? Baller. Low carb too.
Sleep.
All right. Where are we at? All right, let's give my man the floor. Not that one. This one. All right, bro. What you got?
Hooked is the key word here. Whether it's a young people's word, whatever word. In a bad way, lost.
Salmon pesto was the one in the middle.
Lost. No hope for the future. Fucked. Let's just call it that. Okay. This younger generation, and again, I think that the difference is going to soapbox that we learned from the previous generation and took that as something that we can say we know how to do, right? Elements of the basics in life.
Mm-hmm.
The basics are no longer the basics. They are pretty much like fucking Sanskrit, and they're just a dead language. Bro, run it. This is a bike. One that you have to pedal that is not motorized. You have to use your two legs in order for you to get from point A to point B. You can actually jump curves, ride off certain things, put pegs on the back and have your home, your homeboy, your homegirl. You used to transport people off of this, not a fucking motorized. I still don't understand what is the purpose of pedals if fucking bikes, the e-bikes have a motor on it.
It's a way to get away with not needing the light because it's typically technically a motorcycle, right? But you put pedals on it, and you can ride it on the trail if you really want to.
Again, like the basics of just walking as a person, riding a bike. I don't even know if these motherfuckers know how to skateboard because now they also have the motorized skateboard. You literally get on the skateboard and that shit starts to just move. And you're like, they have not kicked or pushed. What part of that song can you be like, I was on the skateboard listening to kick push? Wasn't kicking pushing shit because it just did it for me.
Bro.
These motherfuckers is cooked. Life outside is not the same. It's not. These kids just lose basics. Now I have a video.
I remember when I got my first trick bike.
But bro, listen. Puffy, motherfucking BMX. The fact that we knew what it was, you did to know what a Papa Willie, like the rite of passage of doing the shit by yourself when nobody was around, because all your homeboys can do it, and then you had to figure it out, and then you went back to the park and you pop. We used to get on a bike and have to literally probably go like 4 cities over just to go meet up with a friend.
Bro, Saturday mornings or summer vacation, hop up on the bike and you and your homies just go pedaling somewhere, like a group of y'all. That the OG gang was you and your homeboys bike gang, and that's just what it was.
Bro, no phones, no nothing. Maybe you had the Game Boy for when you posted up, you know what I'm saying? And that was about it. You got the video though? Yeah.
I do that post production. The video ain't working.
Shit. Okay. So I'll call it what it is. And these motherfuckers can't read cursive to save their lives. They can't. They cannot read cursive.
Yep.
What is that squiggly line? Is that a P or an F? Bro, what? Like,
they don't even teach cursive anymore, though. Cursive,
it doesn't matter. That's a home thing, though, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, the parents at home are failing them for the shit that they just need to know. It's just like we have knowledge of shit that we're never using. We've been used that. Motherfucking protractor, haven't used it not one time since I've been an adult.
TI-81, nothing.
Not once. Not one time have I broke out the protractor at work and like, you know what? God damn it. Where's that protractor? Never.
When's the last time you used Latin? I think I was just talking about this.
We was talking about that.
Take 2 years of Latin, and for what? Latin is as dead as Mitch McConnell.
These kids is cooked. They can't even count money. They be at the register. Don't have a lot of change they gotta get back.
Write a
Don't
check.
do that.
Have them write a check. When the last time you wrote a check?
Don't matter. It's engraved. That shit should just be still there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it should be there. These kids are cooked, bro. Listen, I hope people that are on here, I know my nephew, I know my niece, they're gonna have the knowledge of the shit that we knew, and just so that they know it. But 1,000%, I'm laughing at these kids, something serious, because we weren't like this. Like, it wasn't like our parents was laughing at us because we couldn't pick up. We were the generation that started everything outside of that. Computer, all of that shit. Like, these motherfuckers can't even count money. It's app. And then I'm not making this up. I'm not making this up. It's the last part. All right, these motherfuckers don't even have to parallel park anymore when they go to the driving test. We're cooked.
Bro, parallel parking was the hardest part about getting your license.
Bro, 3 point.
Facts.
What are we talking about? These kids are literally just going to be like complete zombies, bro.
You know, what is it, Wall-E, where everybody, they're so sedentary that, you know, they just move around in these like pods or whatever, that like these motorized wheelchairs or whatever that just take them everywhere. Like, that's where we're moving to. You know what I mean? They have I don't even want to call them like leggings or whatever. They're like a legit braces that you can wear on your legs that basically will run for you.
I saw that. I've seen that. Laziness.
We're going to hell in a handbasket, bro.
Yeah. All right.
Take it from me. I know a quality D cup when I see one. I mean, I'm kind of an expert. I've spent years appreciating the right shape, the right feel, the right attention to detail. And these right here, they're flawless. Smooth, durable, designed to be handled. And trust me, you're gonna love having these D cups in your hands. Hot, cold, it doesn't matter. They perform exactly how you need them to, every single time. Whether you're at home, on the go, or showing them off just a little, they always get attention. And once you've got one, you're not letting go. Take it from me. I'm not only a client, I keep D cups with me constantly. D cups by Doreen. Go ahead, hold one.
All right. Shout out to the wonderful folks of D Cup Customs. Shout out to Doreen. Shout out to Dimitri. And what's the whole thing? Whatever. There's my D cup right there. You guys have seen it. Nothing's changed on it. But the beverage inside today got a little bit of sun tea, a little blueberry sun tea that I made myself. That's what we do. It helps out with the low carb and the drinks nice and cold in here. Don't put this in the dishwasher. Dimitri's already said that. But save 15% WRSE. WRSE 15. Yeah. right, CP, what you got for that Copper Chop this week?
All right. So, I just saw these earlier today, I think, for the first time. But Adidas, the first like fully 3D printed basketball shoe. And yeah, they're dropping like less than 200 pairs of these, at least initially, and they're going to be $250. But they're hyping them up, saying that basically, you know, they're supposed to just feel like how your foot naturally moves.
I've heard that.
$250. We know the price is the price. The thing is that I don't know if these would have any hype if there was going to be a regular amount of pairs dropping. You know what I mean? But I'm always a fan of like innovation. There's, you know, some of those what was it, the 4Ds Kaleo that Adidas did. Like that also used the it was the outsole that was 3D printed, not like the upper or anything. So but how are y'all feeling about these? This is Adidas trying to do a new thing. This is not, you know, like an AE or a Harden or a D Mitch shoe, you know. So I don't know who's, I feel like something like this, you got to have a rollout, right? You got to have a player that's gonna kind of be the face like they got AJ doing over at Nike. But how are y'all feeling about these?
Chop. Not even this. I mean, I'm not even pressed about the colorway. I mean, the fact that they've got the AE 1.5 and 2 that's doing really well. That you know that look good. Hell, the new Dame that I posted in the group chat, the colorways for those look better. The Hardens look better. Like this, yeah. If I'm going after anything, and then now, you know, I'm all about like the running technology that they got going on. So this right here, I'm not sold on it. Yeah.
When are we playing competitive basketball next? Because you know,
now
that's what these like, you know, I don't think that we're throwing these on like I used to throw on a pair of like KD4s, you know.
Yeah, these aren't the basketball shoes that like Wale are going to be out here wearing with jeans and stuff like that.
Right. Do we have the soundbite from boy from The Wire? Can I request that so we can cue that up? Because
yeah, no, that would be hilarious.
Yeah.
$250 for these. Yeah,
not for $250. Not enough $250.
Yeah, I feel you.
All right, well, let's show some sneakers and get up out of here.
All right. I feel like I'm forecasting, so I could totally get this wrong because I believe that my brother is going to show a certain shoe, so I'm going to show something else, so that it's not just pile on and make fun of Kaleo night. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. So, but these are Kith Adidas. They did these tubular dooms.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what year this was. 2016, 2015. But these are a Kith collab. And they don't make these anymore. This is one of my favorite Adidas models of all time. This is like an inner tube cushioning system. So not like as comfortable as Boost or anything, but I really like the aesthetic of these joints. So but yeah. We'll see if I was right.
All right. If that's the case, I'll go. So got a couple things to show tonight. This one right here is just because I told my bro I was going to show it. Yeah. So you know the whole working out thing. Like typically, I've been wearing Brooks. I've been wearing Adidas, Asics. So I wanted to do some kind of a consumer report. So I Googled, you know, most comfortable shoe for low arches or whatever, you know, whatever your foot may be that's affordable, right? And so it came back with a couple different pairs. And I was like, well, what if I'm trying to find the most stylish pair, at least to wear in the gym? So I found a pair. And it comes in a box. I mean, the box is beat the fuck up. Liberate your toes. Fitville, right? All right, so here are the shoes. I haven't tried this pair in particular, but I mean, for $35,
They got like the extra wide toe box.
their whole model is like most running shoe is built to and your toes touch while you're running, and that long term is not good for your feet to touch while they run because you don't get a natural.
It's supposed to splay out.
So this right here, their shoes are built to where your feet are supposed to be. You have your full function of all your toes while you're running. I got a green pair. They're actually pretty comfortable for almost a $35 shoe, right? And I got a green pair, but this is the black pair. The green wouldn't show, that's why I show these. But I mean, it is what it is. It's not meant to be. I'm not out here, showing up at our money's house on boxing night with these on grill. I want these for grill, but I mean, not a bad shoe. I'm still gonna go.
And Ark, I'm stealing this shit. I'm definitely stealing Broccoli Purdy. That shit's hilarious.
Yeah, not bad. But I will. Let me show the real shoe. So we're talking about 3D printed. Y'all know a while back. Boom, same company. Boom, there's the silver. When the Clips did Tiny Desk, Pusha T had on these before anybody else got them. Climacools with the laces. Then they got Climacools without laces and slides, but these are the ones with the laces. And look, they are 3D. You can see the on the inside too. Super comfortable. I would wear a thin sock with this. I wouldn't try to put on no thick ass sock. But so when you said the basketball shoe, they didn't even look. This right here is probably what I would wear if I'm gonna wear any 3D printed. Nah, not bad. These are probably low twos. So, but yeah, boom. All right. Still available. They got actually a gray colorway now that I would definitely rock.
You better take yourself off mute.
Right. If you're about to show off some heat.
Look at that. So if you know, Kith, again, it's a little bright, but listen, the box in itself tells a crazy story. You have to understand that this, a sneakerhead is always going to love a good story, a good reason to, purchase the box, the whole shoe. You want it from top to bottom just to be a story of why they decided to go the route. And I did post them outside. Again, just I don't know. I think I just want to let them kind of rotate, let your soul glow. We can put them in the background because they speak for themselves. I don't even want to say too much about them. Huh?
Did you spray them?
I did. I wore them to work today. It's hot as hell, but you know what I mean? I put some different shoelaces in it, which me and CB already talked about. They do come with 3 pair of shoelaces. These are just the ones that I went with. I'll probably switch and go to another one when I decide to wear a different color scheme with these, but a comfortable New Balance, you know what I'm saying? The 2011, but ultimately you're talking about the colorway, the scheme, just the presentation. We talk about, we want the collaborations to actually care about what they're putting out. And the fact is the material is A1. It makes you I got a shoe that also probably didn't drop for a lot of people. You know what I mean? You had to get it on the Kiss site type situation. And I already told bro, I'm on the hunt for the green ones. And that might be my first. The price is the price. So I might have to purchase a CB shirt to get me the green ones.
There we go.
All right. Well, I think we are at a moment where we can tell you to go play Snarky Mac's playlist, Snarky's Vibe. Go ahead and click that QR code right there. It takes you to Snarky Mac's Spotify playlist because, look, we want to partner with all the dope creators who play really good music. And this week, Snarky's Vibe is up there. So, other than that, So be on the lookout for a couple things. Tomorrow morning, no Kendall B. It'll be Dimitri and Jen Glenn for a Jen Pop on Station Hit. 6 a.m. On the West, 9 a.m. What's good, Cardo? 9 a.m. on the East. And then Abstract is up in the air. We'll figure that out. But other than that, look.
Shout out to Bone Thugs getting a walk.
Oh, shout out to Bone Thugs too. Larry June next week. So yeah, next week also we're gonna do this Obsession Smoke and Spiel. So be on the lookout for that. Whether it's gonna be live or recorded, just check that out. Also go to Gen X TV. Shout out to Chauncey. Shout out to Coach Him. Gen X is on. Download it, but currently not uploading anything. They're on hiatus as for the summer, as a couple of things are going on, but we keep them in our prayers. But you can still catch episodes of We Are Something Else podcast there. But just no live episodes during the summer with us over there until they return, which is fine. So, but other than that, go to WRCpodcast.com, get you some merch, catch up on episodes there. Yeah, that's all I got to say. Anybody else got anything else?
Happy first birthday to my youngest nephew, RJ. Turns 1 tomorrow, man. And this dude has started walking, so he it's not going to be too long before he's dunking on me and shit. So
all right, with all of that said, where's the button? The magic button right there.
Follow us on YouTube at WRSC Podcast.